I'm Jim Kilbasso, and I wanted to show you something new, a new toy that we got recently from Sorinex. Now, I want to make sure that you know I am not making any money off of this. This is just something that I think is really cool that Bert Sorinex just came out with. I got it at, I've only met Bert really 1.5 times in my life anyway, but he's an awesome guy, and Sorinex is a really cool company. And last time I saw him was at the University of Michigan Strength and Conditioning Clinic, and he had this piece, and this was like the first time he had brought it out into public or something, and we started messing around with it, and I thought, man, there's a lot of cool things that we could do with this, and this could go into weight rooms all over the place. It's very inexpensive. I think he's selling it for less than $100. So what I wanted to do is just kind of to show you all the different things you can do, because Bert's not going to brag about it, so I'm just going to do it for him and kind of show you a bunch of different things you can do with this. He calls it the glute ham roller. It's basically it's a piece of a couple pieces of iron, you can see, with like with wheels, almost like roller hockey wheels on there, or blade inline skate wheels. It's got 2 round handles and this V where you can kind of put your heels or feet. So let me just show you some of these things, and we're just gonna let this play so you can see. I'm gonna probably get a little bit winded as I do this, so feel free to laugh at me as I'm kind of crushing myself. And you'll see how this might actually be cool for you in a lot of different ways. So one thing that we've done for a long time are leg curls on a stability ball, so with your feet up on a ball and you're pulling it in. And I think this is one of the main things that he was thinking of for this. A lot of people will do this on a slide board. So on here, you get the idea here, and your heels fit nicely in there. The wheels are nice and smooth, so it feels good. You can do this one leg as well. What I really like about it, though, that's different than doing it on a ball, is because of the way it's designed, you can actually hook a band up to it. So you just take any band, in this case a fairly light band, because I don't want to completely embarrass myself on this, but just a nice light band. Get yourself back where you were and get a little tension on it, and now when you get to the top of the motion, there's actually quite a bit of tension on it, and my hamstrings are working super hard to do that. You can leave the band on for a lot of these things, or you can take it off. I'll do a couple more so you can see what it'll look like. Another one of my favorites is just to flip over, and you can get a hip flexor type of motion. A lot of people don't have anything to do to train their hip flexors, so this works. You can also do a pike. So a lot of the things you can do on a stability ball, you can do with this, but now you can add resistance, and it's a little bit more stable so you can get good resistance. I also like to do an alligator walk on here. You can do it out in a hallway if you wanted to for distance, or if you had something hooked onto it, you can walk yourself out and then slowly walk yourself back. Now, of course, a lot of people are going to look at this and think, oh, well, I'll just do an ab roller exercise on it. I'll take these off for that. So you could be on your knees, just doing a regular ab roller. You can go on your toes if you wanted to. I like to do a body saw on here, and a lot of times we'll do a body saw on a slide board or with valve slides, but I actually like it a lot more on here. Just right here. Which is actually very, very challenging. There's also things you can do for your lower body. One that I saw a couple people trying out at the clinic was basically a lateral lunge. And when I saw it, I thought, well, that looks really easy. But as soon as you get out to here, because of the way the rollers are, you can't put any weight on that outside foot, and it's all on the inside foot. So I did actually really like that. I experimented to get some hip abduction, and I was just going out and then squeezing back together. And you can control it pretty easily, actually. And if you wanted to, you could do it up against something so you could hold on if you got too far, and then you could pull it back. But it's very smooth when you do it that way. We were messing around doing some push-up variations, and you could be in a push-up position and go out into like a fly, or you could take both arms out, which makes it even more challenging. I like putting it up against a wall, and there was a really cool kind of anti-rotation type of move that we did with it, where some people are trying to keep their arms straight when they did this, but it actually got harder for me when I had my elbows bent. But you put it up against a wall, lean into it, and then you take your arms out away from you, back in the middle, both sides. And I know that probably watching this, you're like, that doesn't look that hard, but this stuff is very, very difficult. So I just wanted to share with you this new piece of equipment. It's the Sorinex Glute Ham Roller. And like I said, I don't get anything for this, but I think it's definitely a great addition to any training program, especially if you are, if your budget is a little bit limited. You could get 4 or 5 of these, and you could partner people up. You could have 10 people training all at once with a couple bands, or partner provided resistance. So there's a lot of things you can do with that. I'm sure right now watching this, somebody out there is thinking, oh, I could do a different exercise. You know, I'm sure Ben Bruno will come up with about 5 million different variations on this very soon. He likes to do the step back lunges and stuff, so he'll probably come up with some cool variation on there. So hopefully you'll check that out, and I think it's a cool piece, and I'm glad we got one here at Total Performance, so I hope that helps you out.